Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Christian Weir, of course, who will be driving in the USF Pro 2000 Series with TJ Speed. How's it going, man?
Great. How are you, Casey?
I'm doing well. So first off, just kind of talk about how the off season is going. New series, new team. It's gonna be an interesting year for you.
Yeah, it's definitely been really interesting so far. New team, new teammates, new car, bunch of new tracks. It's definitely been a lot of fun so far. I feel like I'm really adapting to this car. Of course, we've already got 11 test days underneath our belt, which has been great for me. I'm definitely learning a lot.
Okay, so just talk about how you've kind of gotten ready to get used to, a new car.
It's a lot of trial and error, I feel. At first I was kind of struggling physically in the car, but now that I'm past that, it's really just finding all the little bits. So far, compared to my teammates, a lot of my time just kind of been like a little bit here, a little bit there. So a lot of it's just kind of getting some experience in the car, kind of figuring it out. I feel like I got on top of the car pretty quickly because it's very comparable to the USF 2000 car, which I raced last year. Same chassis, similar designs, same cockpit, same wheel. So it's just been kind of getting some laps in and really figuring it out.
Yeah. Just kind of talk about, since this is the first time I've ever interviewed you, kind of talk about how you kind of got your start into racing.
So it all came through my father. About 10-ish years ago, probably more, my dad started racing at the Audubon Country Club in Illinois, sorry. And from there, I was kind of getting to the age where I was old enough to drive a go-kart. I was around 7 years old, and I was just like, let's go do this for fun. And for about 3 or 4 years, I would kind of just occasionally go out there, do 2 or 3 sessions, and just go home. But then at Audubon Country Club, they kind of really started pushing their karting development series, which and they're definitely grown a lot since then. And we're like, why not? Let's do it. And then I did my first race. I was like, okay, this is fun. Second race, yeah, whatever. And the third race, it kind of just all clicked for me. And I went on to win that race. And then from there, it was just like, boom. And then developed through karting and then eventually got into cars.
Yeah. Okay, so how old are you by chance?
16 years old.
You're 16. So, and I believe you just got your driver's license too.
Yep, correct.
So how is that going?
It's going really well. I mean, it's definitely a lot different going 45 miles an hour on a road than 150 on the racetrack, but they have their own challenges, and I'm definitely enjoying being able to get myself around.
Yeah, as they say, race car drivers tend to be good overall drivers.
Yeah.
So kind of talk about just overall just getting ready for the schedule. There's a lot of tracks, new tracks used to the USF Pro schedule. Of course, you of course going to Coda this year, and also Sebring. Some of the new changes on there. Of course, still Mid Ohio. You're going to go to IRP as well. Excuse me. What excites you about the upcoming schedule?
I feel like Coda is definitely going to be a really exciting race weekend. It's a new track for the series. It's one of the premier racetracks for the U.S. And I definitely think it's just going to be a weird atmosphere, judging. It's kind of more of an F1 paddock setup compared to the typical IndyCar stuff. And the facility there is really nice. And I'm definitely looking forward to that race weekend.
Of course, they're going there. And of course, also, I mean, NASCAR goes there too. So it's going to be a lot of series go to that interesting place. So, so let's go into this. How do you mentally get ready for a race?
I typically just calm down. Oftentimes, I don't really start my prep until I'm in the car. And the only really prep I do before a race is try to fall asleep. Whenever we're sitting on pre-grid, sitting in pit lane, I close my eyes, and I occasionally do fall asleep. But luckily, I have engineers to wake me up. But in the race car, I like to be totally calm, and just being super sleepy and tired right when I go out really helps me to stay super calm and kind of just mentally focus just on racing instead of thinking about everything else.
Do you have headphones in when you're doing this?
Yeah.
So going into that's an interesting way to get ready for a race. When did you start doing that?
I feel like around the time, like towards the end of when I was still karting, I kind of just figured out like, oh, yeah, this works, and then just kind of carried through it.
Yeah. Okay, so all right. Let's get to know you a little bit, Christian. How about that?
That's great.
Okay, so where's your go-to place for food?
Ooh, man, food. I love food. Recently it's been Smash Burger. I really love a good bacon double cheeseburger with fried egg on it.
Yeah. What is your what's your favorite all-time movie?
Uh, Ooh, man, I always struggle with these questions. Um, I feel like Ford vs Ferrari probably,
Okay.
or Art of Racing in the Rain. Those two I really like.
Favorite TV or streaming show that you're really into right now?
Ooh. Um, Sorry.
It's all right.
I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking. I guess I don't, because I don't really watch that much TV, so I guess I don't really have any.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the hard one. Name three things people might not know about you.
Oof, that is a hard one.
It's just like
Um,
maybe three things that the audience like maybe would never guess about
Man,
you. Just like
I feel like
but
um, I guess I could talk about all the other sports I do. Dirt biking, snowmobiling, mountain biking, skateboarding,
okay.
scootering. I've pretty much done those all my life too.
So you're an action sports guy.
Oh yeah, I pretty much love to do anything that goes fast, which makes sense being a race car driver. But yeah, it's a pretty much my whole personality is going fast.
All right. All right. Well, Christian, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck this year in USF Pro.
Thank you so much, Casey. Have a nice day.